Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Independence Stadium. It is Young African versus African Stars. It is a game of much importance here in the Debmarine Premiership, as we all know the implications, as we've all seen the results. As it stands, we are definitely going to get the results of two games that have happened today, one starting at 5 p.m. and one starting at 5:30. Those two games were Mighty Gunners versus Life Fighters and UNAM versus Chula Chula. But today, right now, is a very big game for the top of the table. And of course, we know, as it is African Stars TV, we all know where the champions stand in the log. At this point in time, they're just taking team photos on the pitch. But it is very important to emphasize how important this game is. Of course, there's another important game this weekend on Sunday, as we heard from all the fans. Thank you to all the fans that participated in our fan engagement before the game. That stream was very exciting. I think we will definitely add that as a feature to African Stars TV here. Regardless of their supportership, mentioning that it is important that this team put their stamp on the Debmarine Premiership by getting 3 points, especially as the game on Sunday is probably it is the most anticipated game of the season. Again, my name is Emmanuel Nkara. Thank you for joining us in the live stream before this and with the fan engagement, and thank you for joining us now as we are live at the Independence Stadium. It is Young African in 10th place versus African Stars in first place. Young African have 38 points so far this season. They are going to play their 28th game when the kickoff whistle goes. Young African, who is 11th, or Young Brazilians, apologies, who is 11th, just under them, have played 26 games. So they will have 2 games in hand. Young Brazilians. And of course, Chula Chula, just above Young African in 9th, actually drew versus UNAM FC earlier today. They actually bottled a 2-0 lead versus UNAM FC, and UNAM FC came back in the last 10 minutes of the game to draw that game. So Chula Chula only getting 1 point versus UNAM FC. But we are here for a very, very important 3 points for Ronnie Cananelo's African Stars. And with that, we have begun the game. The fans have pulled up, and especially they know that Sunday will be highly attended as well. So it's a great Friday evening, good evening for football. The conditions are perfect. And that pass was not perfect enough for Juja. Apologies, Bakonja, to get on the hold of it. The starting 11 for African Stars is the same as always. The top 3. Awilo will lead the line. Juja will play on the left flank with Kambatu. Kambatu now almost trying to receive, but too much on that. Kambatu on the right flank. In the midfield, it will be Stiga, our captain, holding with Dion Dennis and Bakonja in front of him. And then, of course, it is a welcome addition back to the team in Edwin Kambanda playing at left back. And of course, the two centre backs that have done well so far this season, especially Charles Hambira and Garuka. And of course, Slow Poison at right back, Javera, who obviously scored his first goal this season against Blue Waters in that 1-1 draw for African Stars in their last game. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate for both players. That's not a very good collision there. Unfortunately, Dion Dennis tripped and he fell face first, head first, into the defender who will confirm. And that defender definitely got a brunt into his knee and maybe hyperextended his knee. And as somebody that has played soccer, apologies, somebody that has played football for a long time, hyperextending the knee is a very painful injury. We will confirm the player on the ground. But as we do that, let's go through the starting lineup for Young African. We have Zambara in goal. And then defender, we have Kanji, Mubango, and Anoma. The last defender for the four at the back is Garizimo, who is also the head coach. So I believe it is father son there. Garizimo. I will pronounce that surname as well as I can. So Mali Garizimo is the head coach of Young African, and it will be I believe his son. I'm not on the ball right now. It is Garizimo puts that throw in, trying to find his number 7. Didn't have a flick on their Jims, but safely away by Stars. Ojua, he found Poor, number 11, number 100 on that touch. Odisiro around at the back line is something that Stars do not want to play with, especially in a game like this. Coach Ronnie Canalelo will be livid, furious. If anything would have happened at the back line, and it has happened, And those are the things that can happen. Those are the things that can happen if you play around at the back. But Stars do remedy themselves quite well, bring the ball out, and it is safely away into the Young African half, but it's back into the Stars half in an attacking sequence for Young African. Good turn, good cross, opportunity, but Desiro is commanding. The fans are going wild here. There are a few Young African fans here, so you will hear that good skip there from Juja. Bakonja couldn't stabilize himself, and it might end into an attacking third. And it is a foul just outside the box. My goodness. And it is a penalty. It is a penalty for Young African as Romario Javera, apologies, it might be Gianluca. I might be mistaking Javera for Gianluca. We just need to confirm that. But in my opinion, the right back made a rash decision as he was not going to be rounded, but it didn't look like it was too much of an infringement, too much of a foul, but the referee deemed that to be an impediment. And though the lines are really faded, it was inside the box, rightfully so, and it is a penalty for Young African. Wow. No yellow card for that, of course. Wasn't a goal scoring opportunity. But the Red Army are maybe stunned at this moment as they are facing a penalty from the team in 10th. The whistle has gone. He's going to take a long run up. And it is a goal to the team from Hobabus. Yeah. You must be careful. 1-0 to the home team, Young African versus the Debmarine champions, African Stars. A speculative penalty conceded by the right back. We'll just confirm the goal scorer now. He hasn't showed his jersey. It is the number 12. It is Moses Mujua. So he puts his name on the score sheet, the number 12 for Young African. And it is now really getting heated there between these two teams in the midfield, because I believe everybody knows what African Stars want from this game, and Young African are not going to lie down. That is what football is about. The ball is round. You never know what will happen. Juja with the throw in, Bakonja, Juja gets it back. Juja will try, puts it in, he does, and it bounces to Kabadu, and it's a goal! And it's a goal! How easy was that? Juja did very well to take that throw in very quickly. Find Bakonja. Bakonja just passed it back to Juja, saying, Juja, put that ball in the box, you can see better. Juja obliged. The ball bounced over the centre backs of Young African, and all Kambatu had to do was play football. And he slotted that volley into the left side netting of the goal. And that is what African Stars do when they're pushed in a corner. They respond. And that is Kambatu's 10th goal, 11th goal of the season. And Juja has his first assist. Young African steal the ball from Mambira. Shot wide from Martin Jims. This game is going to be hot. This game is going to be hot until the 90th minute. I can assure you that. So please share the stream with your football friends and family. It is the closing stages of the Debmarine Premiership. Thank you, Debmarine, for making this an amazing season. My goodness, the players have actually collided with one of the Debmarine advertisements there, and we heard how it fell. It's definitely metal, so maybe they shouldn't be so close to the field because sometimes the players do run beyond the touchline, so you do not want to collide with one of those advertisements. But thank you, Debmarine. This season has been very, very entertaining. Of course, Chula Chula have been the spirit of this season, but the three teams, Ongos FC, Komas Nampol, and African Stars, have put on a mouth-watering show, and it has come down to these last games of the season. Juja, again, he wants to touch the ball, he wants to shoot, he does, it's blocked. The ball does fall, and it is rightfully offside, but Dion Dennis, if he got that ball, he might have had a chance of his own. And Garuka just does a good clearance there. Oh, beautiful touch from Gambato. My goodness, he seems to be on form here. Stefanos, that ball will get to Juja. Steadies himself. Stefanos is fresh. That left foot is dangerous. Juja, shoot, left foot. Just getting caught in possession. And it is confirmed that Gianluca is playing right back for Romario Javera. So, Slow Poison Javera, if you are watching, I apologize. You are not the one that conceded that penalty. I apologize to you. It was, unfortunately, Gianluca Puxa. But Stars have equalized, and it is 1-1 in this game. Beautiful touch, turn, and pass there from Stefanos Juja. Stiga! He stung one of the players from Young African, and that player needs to be assessed because it did hit his head. Head injuries are immediate stops in the games. Wow. "15 minutes into this game, and the fans have been given a treat here on Friday evening. Again, please like and subscribe to All African Stars content. As you saw, we interviewed the fans in the beginning of the game. Those are the new features that we wish to add, especially in the closing stages of this season. And what can we come up? We can come up with so much more for next season. That is our commitment to you, the Red Army, because you are the ones who give us the krach to continue winning games, to continue broadcasting games, to continue giving you bribe packs, to continue giving you VIP service. That is what African Stars are ready to do for our fans. Dion Dennis, Bakonja, Kambato. Those touches are expensive. And it's out to Young African. Here's the goalkeeper, Zambara. Few touches there between Kanji and his centre back. Lofts it in, trying to find Martin Jims. Jims does well to put it down. And it is a good through ball there. Good. Oh, good turn of. This is a chance for Young African if they keep the ball on their feet. And Disiro does well. Okay. Yeah. Very good alertness there from Disiro because the ball almost found itself into the net. It was a beautiful touch and turn on the left flank from the player that's really actually giving Gianluca a problem on that right back position, the left wing for Young African. Kanji finding Kupuo, and here's Mujua, the goal scorer, and he is impeded. And that is a free kick to Young African. Mujua will probably take it. Moses. The fans here know how important this game is. They've really come out on this Friday evening. And if this free kick is positioned correctly in the first 20 minutes, we might see a 2-1 scoreline. Major tried to be sneaky, trying to score a Bernardo Silva type free kick, trying to get the goalie off his guard, but it didn't work. It went wide. And here's Dion Dennis. He finds Juja, who will collect. Maybe wants to win a corner. He's thinking about it. He has to beat now two players, and he does. He gets to his left. And maybe he should have thought of winning a corner. Here's Kaji lofting it long, finding Martin Jims. Hit it out. And that is a foul on Korupanda from Stiga. And it allows Young African to move up. This game will definitely have more goals. Gianluca finding pressure again. He's going to win that challenge, and it is open for Dion Dennis, but it is safely away from Anoma, the number 99. And here is a simple pass over the head of Kambanda, but too much for Kapuo to collect. Kapuo really is a quick right winger here that is going to give Kambanda some issues. I know it will happen because Edmund Kambanda has his first start in a few games now from injury. Perhaps this might not have been the game to start him, but if you are playing the 10th team in the log, maybe he will get match fitness and be available for Ongos FC on Sunday. That is Edmund Kambanda, and good football there from Young African. Here's Kapuo. Kapuo might beat, and he does, and he goes around him, but the positioning of Kambanda is what he is renowned for. So perhaps he is not that quick, but his mind and his positioning is always on par. Let us know where you're watching from. It's always a fun feature during the games to just know where everybody's watching from. Dion Dennis. We are watching from Windhoek City, of course. And it's just a privilege as a commentator to watch these games live, to see the end of what has been a great season. Traveled to many corners of this country doing this, talking about football. And it is something that anyone that is a lover of the game should continue to do. You can do so on your social media platforms. You can approach teams if you wish to be a commentator for them. It can happen. And that ball has been kept in from Edwin, and he didn't maybe want to do that, but Hambira does clean up and he wins an important foul for Stars as Martin Jims, the number 7 there, standing closest to Hambira, is a lively one, especially with Kapua, the number 100. He literally has 100 on his shirt. It's so interesting to see 3 numbers on the back of a shirt. If you were able to have 3 numbers on the back of your shirt, what would be those 3 numbers? Or what would be your favorite number? Beautiful turn there from Juja. My goodness, give him that highlight. But a great tackle. I believe that was a good tackle there from Kanji, the number 3. And it's a cross in. Mujua fighting against Kambatu. Kambatu wins that, and Dion Dennis fights against Muja and wins the foul. Watching from Hungry Lion, KFC will not be happy about that. Dion Dennis, touch, almost finding Stefanis, and Stefanis gets the ball. Good ball retention. Stiga. He tried a shot earlier. Stiga always has one shot in a game where he just says, nah, man, let me try, man. It was blocked. Maybe he will try another shot in the second half. But a cross is attempted from Awilo, but safely in the hands of Zambara. Trying to find Kapuo, but Kambanda does well. And it's in the hands of Bakonja. Too much player. Watching from Mondangwa. Watching from England. Wow. Watching from Nast. Watching from Oshakati. Where's Awilo? Awilo's playing. He's the number 10. He's playing. He's leading the line on top as the striker. Maybe CF. Watching from Russia. I know Russian. I was supposed to say a word in Russian now, but все хорошо. Я говоришь по-русски немного. Cross comes in from Kambatu. We will have a second opportunity. He doesn't give the ball to Dion Dennis, but good ball retention there from Bakonja, and he will have the opportunity to come and Juja. Juja and Bakonja are working well there. It was a good pressure and winning the ball back from Bakonja, from the player who's on the ground. Unfortunately, they did collide. They did have a little bit of a collision. Bakonja was okay. He got that ball, had a little bit of a 1-2 with Juja, and when Juja decided, he had a good shot on goal, but just wide of the left post. Watching from Tumep, watching from Valfish Bay, watching from Germany, Otavi, Canada, Luderitz, Soweto, Ongwediva, Samba Boys, the do the do. Watching from Ukraine, wow. Safety for you guys there in Ukraine. I studied in Russia, but my love for the world's people is always the world's people. So I hope you guys resolve what you have to resolve. Watching from Khobabas, yes, watch your team, Young African. They scored first. Mujua scored first in a penalty for Young African around the 12th minute of the game. Foul from Willie Stefanos, and Awillo's. It's always interesting to see Awillo angry because he's always a cool customer, but he does argue with refs. Washing from KFC. Are you washing at KFC or are you watching from KFC? Sticker does well to win the ball from Jims, and Gianluca does well to get the ball, and it is a bounce. It's a little bit of a dangerous bounce, and ooh, that player got it right in the face. But it is an advantage play for Young African, but unfortunately he did get that straight in the face. I saw that, and you have to stop play for a in Orangamund. I'm from Orangamund. We call that an ice cream when the ball hits you face first, straight in the face. We call that an ice cream. So the player will have to be attended to. Watching from Walvis Bay, watching from Norwich or Chivarongo. 100 would be the number on your back. I just asked the question, what would be the number that you would like to play football with? If you were a football player, what would your number be? Just want to confirm which player is the one that got the brunt of that ball in his face, the ice cream. Watching from Dubai. Wow, how are the floods over there? I hope nobody is drowning. Tumeb, UK, watching from Heintes Bay, Marienthal, Germany. And as the game continues now, the referee will just drop the ball and Mudja will start again. And Kanji tries to find his number 10, Hage. And it is Hage who has scored Young Africans' last goal against Julinho Sporting in their 1-0 win. Their last game, they actually lost against Okakarara Young Warriors 1-0. So in the last 5 games for Young African, they have won 2 games, lost 2 games, and have drawn 1. As Bakonja, it's easy for him on that left foot, but he does win the corner. But he could have taken his time. Maybe he could have taken his time to find a better cross than what he did. But it does lead for a corner to the Red Army. It's Mabasia, Colombia. You watching from Colombia. Interesting. Osona Cachivera. Number 8. A lot of people saying they would play with the number 8. I would also play with the number 8. It reminds me of Andres Iniesta. Corner for African Stars. Awilo will take it. 30 minutes into this game. Jeez. Opportunity gaping there for African Stars. That was Charles Ambira has scored many important goals for African Stars. In fact, he's won Stars 6 points single-handedly. He scored an only goal versus Chula Chula, and he scored the winner in a 2-1 victory in the game before the venture to Oshakati versus Chula Chula. I'll confirm who that game was against. And Charles also scored against Okahanja United in their 3-2 victory. That was a winning goal as well. So Charles Mbida has actually won African Stars 9 points single-handedly. And that is good football there. That's good attitude there in the midfield from Dion Dennis and Stiga. Stiga finds Kabatu. Kabatu whirl around his player, and he does. He puts the cross. Stiga. Changing play. Charles couldn't find that pass, but he will get that tackle. There was a tackle here on one of the players, and I believe the referee will blow for a foul. There were two instances that she could have given that foul, but eventually the referee will allow it, and the ball was rolling, so they will have to take it again. A little bit of a loft, but straight out there. It was a good attempt because that header maybe trickled towards Tisiro, and those balls are very tricky. Foul there on Dion Dennis by the number 11 Piri. Apologies, the number 17 Bue. Casimiro Bue. Stiga bringing it out to Ja Bakonja. He's good at finding the several players, but good turn there from Hange. Back to the goalkeeper, Zambara. Kaji finding Bue. And Bue just kicking it out. He was trying to find his right back, Karizimo. But a simple pass is not always simple, and it is a throw into stars. Good touch. Pakonja just losing it out. Can you hear me now, ladies and gentlemen? Apparently the sound was off. It is a corner to Awilo. If anyone can confirm if the sound is back on, please confirm if you can hear me. These are it's good for it's good that yes, I am back on. Thank you. Wow. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. The Red Army watching. If any technical issues do arise, please let us know. We'll rectify it as soon as possible. Awilo. We know that he is technically not left-footed, but he is very good with his left foot. But he could have easily maybe chosen a better scenario or a better approach to that shot. And there's just a player injured, and of course the players will maybe have a opportunity to have a little bit of a break, water break. Now the sound is proper. Please let us know if you are hearing me now. There's a little bit of a break, and one of the young African players will have to maybe be stretched off here from a tackle that we did not see. Willow had that opportunity on goal, and maybe this player had some type of a collision. We will try to rectify the sound. We will try to rectify the sound, but apologies for that. But one of the players, young African players, are being stretched off. We will try to confirm, unfortunately. But he is standing now. I am breaking up in the sound, unfortunately. We will try to fix that as the game continues. It is still 1-1. And there we were just checking on the sound if there was any feedback there. But the game continues. Good turn there from Bue Casimiro. I have to call him Casimiro if he has a first name like that. So I will continue to call the number 17 in the midfield. Casimiro, crunching tackle there. Crunching tackle there from Garuka and Kambanda, who has left two young African players on the pitch, still lying down. The referee has not deemed any of those tackles to be a foul. One of those tackles were even in the box. And the referee is looking at the player now that was fouled in the box, but I'm sure she wouldn't be able to bring it back for a penalty, and definitely she wouldn't be able to, because VAR is not one of those things that Namibian football has yet. Maybe next season. Clearance there from Stars, finding Juja, and it is a offside, but Anoma, the centre back for Young African, has maybe gotten a little bit winded. Kambatu will get the ball, but you can see, bad tackle there. Bad tackle there from the right back. It was unnecessary. That is Mumbango, the left back, tackling Kambatu, which was the easiest decision for the linesman to make. And it is an opportunistic free kick for the Debmarine champions to maybe get themselves ahead just before halftime. This is what football is all about, scoring important goals at important moments. The free kick comes in and it hits the post. Jeez. What a story. Dion Dennis headed out, and young African can breathe again. Mudja fighting Hage. Hage always has Gianluca's number, but Gianluca does well in that instance. But it does end up in a throw in to young African. Casimiro tackled. Stars. Kambatu. Through ball. Juja. Opportunity. Dion Dennis. Beautiful tackles there from Casimiro. That's why I have chosen to call him from his first name, Casimiro Buo. He's on the ball now. How can you not call him Casimiro if he's going to put tackles in like that? You must call him by his rightful name. That was a game-changing tackle there from the number 17. And that's offside. So Kambatu will not approach. But Konja did try. And here's Hage. Caught the ball well. Casimiro. The free kick is now, apologies, the referee is bringing it back to the unfortunate collision between, or unfortunate knock that the goalkeeper Tanashe Zambara got from Bakonja, and it is a nasty one. Bakonja probably will not get a yellow card for that, of course not, but it does put Mali, the head coach Mali Gary Zimo, in a awkward position here. Of course, he has his substitute goalkeeper. Maybe a substitution will be made if Zambara cannot continue, but he's clapping his hands and he looks like he will be able to continue in these closing stages of the first half. It's a warm night here in Windhoek City. Here at the Independence Stadium, it is Young African versus African Stars. 1-1. One apiece. Young African scoring first from the number 12 from the penalty spot. Moses Mujua slotting a penalty that Hage won from a tackle from Gianluca 12 minutes into the game. And then a few minutes later, Juja put in a cross from his left flank using his right foot, so it was an in curler. It bounced over the centre backs of Kaji and Anoma, and it bounced favorably for Kambatu to slot in a little bit of a volley into the side netting, into the back of the net, to make it 1-1 to equalize for the Red Army. And since then, it's been a interesting contest between the 10th and 1st teams of the Debmarine Premiership. Let's see how the second half continues to go, as the Red Army are demanding 3 points. Stay tuned for the second half. We'll see you soon. So as the live stream is still continuing, this is probably the time that we can talk with you online. This is the beauty of streaming. I'm hearing I'm hearing myself back in the feedback of the phone. I'll put the volume down. You know how when you get a interview on NBC News, they tell you to put the TV off or you must move away from your TV screen so the sound doesn't retract. Either way, who is the number 11 for Young African? That is Piri, but he is on the bench. He's not playing. I believe you are looking at the number 17. The Young African numbers are very small, or very like number 7 looks like number 1. So I've noticed that how as they've been playing. So in fact, it is number 17, Casimiro Bue, the number 17 that you are looking at. He's playing in the midfield. And with a name like Casimiro, or first name like Casimiro, I will continue to call him Casimiro. Watching from Fontaine. Where is that? Is that in Namibia? Apologies. I my I didn't get a high mark in geography, so I do not know where Fontaine is. Young African are Young African are playing seriously. I wonder what they're eating for real. Khobaba says good meat, so definitely they are well fed. Poor connection. Apologies. No, did they score or not? Yes, the goals were earlier on in the game. Around the 12th and 16th minute, Young African scored first in a penalty from Mudja and a goal from Kambatu equalized for African Stars. So, are there any, just as the stream is continuing, as a Man United fan, I have to come back to this. Are there any Liverpool or Arsenal fans in the chat? We need to address what has been a laughable campaign by both teams, Liverpool and Arsenal. Um, of course, Man United, we don't expect anything this season, so we can't be laughed at. But it's always more of a crushing blow to your soul if you expected to win, if you expected to go to the Champions League final, but you were beaten. And I laugh at you for that. So it's good to be a Manchester United fan. Watching from Capital City, Dolam. Make sure you are here on Sunday versus Ongos FC. That is going to be a game that is going to be whew, the biggest game of the season, regardless of the scoreline today. So far, it is an interesting scoreline. It is 1-1. It is not a scoreline that African Stars want to keep until the 90th minute. Of course not, as 3 points is something that the Red Army is demanding, and of course, all of you watching live are demanding 3 points. So let's see what happens in the next 45 minutes. I have a question for everybody watching live at the moment, and maybe we'll have a winning prize for one of those people who have answered correctly. Let me find my notes, and I shall have the first question. For to that question. And yes, the sound has left me. Just checking if it's back. Ah, it's back. I can hear myself. So again, question: how much do the winners of the upcoming PST NFA Cup win? If you are the winners of the NFA Cup, how much do you win? If anyone knows the answer to that question, let me know. So the NFA Cup is basically like the FA Cup, and it's very good because you can see Premier League teams playing second division teams, teams that are on the come up. I mean, the first fixture is Young Star versus Okahanja United. The second fixture is Komas Nampo versus Swallows. So it will be great to see these undercard teams really testing themselves versus the Debmarine's Premier League teams. African Stars, in the caption or on the post, it says TBA. So it really wasn't announced who African Stars will be playing against in the NFA Cup. It has been confirmed that Rubber or Roba Klenkis Kai Basin FC. I have no idea. But there is a team that has been partially confirmed that will be playing African Stars. It will be the fourth fixture in the NFA Cup. So African Stars will be playing early in that cup. But nobody knows how much the winner of the NFA Cup gets. So I shall continue. Nobody wants to answer that question. Of course, previous. Yeah. Yeah. And of course, yes. So it is. Technical team David. That David has given me his answer, so I owe him a chocolate. It is 500,000 that the winner of the NFA Cup will win. Of course, they will win. Yes, Indira. So yeah, well, there you go. I hope you weren't listening to me and then just typed the answer. But yes, you are the first person to answer the question correctly. So yes, Indira, you have won. So I need to email you a chocolate via email. The runners up will win 250,000. Of course, third place 100,000 and fourth place 50,000. There's also prizes for there's also prizes for Lisa is attempting to say that she answered the question first. Lisa, I cannot see your comment here. So I can't see how you answered before Indira. It wasn't you. Player of the tournament will get 20k. Top goal scorer will get 15 and when this season ends. So please make sure that you stay tuned. We will be streaming those games live, those African Stars games. We will be streaming those games live. It is important to support the Red Army regardless of what happens in the Debmarine Premiership. So we will support them in the NFA Cup as well. Indira is saying that she wants a shirt, please. Is that because you assume that you win a shirt for answering the answer correctly? Well, I said you would win a chocolate, not a shirt. So Maybe I owe you a chocolate via email. But yes, you answered the question correctly. It is 500,000. Yes. Second half coming up here. Thank you for all tuning in. All 100 of you. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Tell your football friends and family that, hey, African Stars is playing. It is live. Obviously, Ongos FC versus Orlando Pirates yesterday was a game that I can't believe how many chances were in that game for both teams. Orlando Pirates played beautifully. I can't believe that they are 14th in the log after how they played against Ongos FC yesterday. I mean, they played like a top 7 team, and they held Ongos FC to a 0-0 draw. And of course, Tigers beat Comas Nampo in the last minutes of the game. A brace from the striker there for Tigers, Emmanuel Amopofo, who scored both goals the 80th minute and the 92nd minute. So Emmanuel Amopofo needs to get a handshake maybe from African Stars and Orlando Pirates as well. But here we go, second half. A very, very, very important 45 minutes here for the Red Army. Young African are 10th in the log, so perhaps nothing really to fight for, but they would want to get enough points to maybe climb up the table. They have the potential to climb up until maybe 5th, close to Tigers and UNAM. Tigers are in 5th, UNAM are in 6th. Young African are 10th currently, so if they win this game, they will climb the table. They'll have 41 points, which Mighty Gunners have 41 points as it stands in 4th. This league is kind of broken up into 3 stages: relegation, fighting for the championship, and everybody in the middle. Here's Martin Jims. He breaks the line. Crunching tackle there, but he still brings the ball forward. And my goodness, what an important intervention there from Edmund Kambanda, whose positioning was very important. Very important, I have to emphasize, as it was almost a clear goal for Young African. And here's a corner from the team from Kobabas. Early seconds in the first half. And a corner it is to the home team. Goes to the back post, headed out there from Juja. Juja tries to win his ball back, and he's fighting against Mabango. Mabango wins it, throw into Young African. Cross did come in, but safely away from Gianluca, and Kambatu can build. He finds Awilo. Awilo has opportunity to look up. He does. Puts the cross in, but you could see what he was looking for, but there was no one there to connect. A little bit of a knock here for Dion Dennis, I believe, who has stayed down in the box of Young African. Midfield options for Ronnie Cananelo will be, of course, Owen Damasep, that can slot into the midfield, but it does look like they are making a change, and there is Kwesi. I can already see off of the picture just from my commentary box that Angelo Kwesi is putting tightening up his socks, and it must be said that Angelo Kwesi was monumental in the game versus Young African in October. It was round number 2 that African Stars beat Young African 2-0. It was a brace from Awilo, Willie Stefanis, but Angelo Kwesi really basically had 2 assists in that game. So he will enter the game, and Dion Dennis is taken off with a stretcher. So hopefully Dion Dennis is all right. It's a very unfortunate time to get injured, especially in the last 2 games of the season. These are the players that will be needed. But Angelo Kwesi makes his way onto the pitch. It'll be interesting to see if he slots into that midfield, which he does, on the right side of the 2 top midfielders above Stiga. Stiga is, of course, holding. And Angelo Kwesi, who is predominantly left-footed, is on the right side of that midfield, just under the right winger, who currently is Awilo, with Kambatu leading the line in that striking position on top. Here's Gianluca. Throw in, almost finds Kambatu, but safely away from Mubango. We want more, Jackson says. We want more. Of course, the Red Army wants more. Gianluca with the throw in. It's a long one. Perhaps it finds Juja. Juja tried to have a flick on there, but safely away. The number 99, beautiful number there. Anoma has the clearance. It's cleared back. And Anoma is going to fight there. Kwesi, Awilo. Awilo needs to be clear, and he is. Kambanda puts the ball in. Headed away. Kwesi. Simple ball. Through ball. Keeper comes out. Keeper retains the ball, and he tells Bakonja that I got the ball. I can't pronounce your name, but it is Di Asta Nostra. That was, I can't repeat that language live, but it was close. I am inclined to slightly agree with you. But here is another change. It is now Young African changing it up, and it is Alex Mubango who will be leaving the pitch for Asora Katuo. So it's a like for like change. Katuo will slot in at centre back. At right back, I believe. No penalty there. It didn't look like it from my point of view. And the referee agrees with me. Apologies. Katuo will slot in at left back. Stiga! Stiga always has one shot every half. Here's Awilo with the flick. Kwesi! Oh! Good combination play between the two. Kwesi always bringing that youthful exuberance into the game. And that left foot is money when it connects very well. and if he can find a pass, Angelo Kwesi, so Awilo will be thankful to have him on the pitch. We just want to maybe confirm the other result from today's game. Of course, Chula Chula drew 2-0, 2-2 with Unam FC. We just want to know what Mighty Gunners did with Live Fighters. The ball's in the box. Gianluca has to clear it. Maybe Disiro wanted that ball off the header from him, but it's still safely in the hands of African Stars and nothing dangerous has happened. Maybe somebody can confirm the result between Mighty Gunners and Live Fighters. Live Fighters are literally fighting for their lives as they are bottom of the log. And Di Costa Nostra has confirmed that Mighty Gunners and Live Fighters have drawn 1-1. So a point for Live Fighters is good, but it might not be good enough, as that brings them to 20 points. But here's African Stars. The cross is too much, but Kambatu will try. But his attempt is in vain. And here's Katuo. Jims fighting hard there with Garuka, but Garuka is strong. Wins the goal kick, and here's Charles. Thank you, Eleni. We confirmed. They drew 1-1. Mighty Gunners versus Live Fighters. Good defensive there. Good defensive clearance there from Anoma. They don't want to be caught at the back. Mujua tries to clear, but Kambanda does well to just give the throw in to Young African. The time is going here for the Red Army. A draw is really makes the game on Sunday very, very interesting. If this does end in a draw, Kambato has time to look up for the cross, and it's a good header out there from Kaji. Here's Awilo fighting hard on the left wing, and he loses it to a throw-in. And as I said, if this ends in a draw, the game on Sunday is, I can't even imagine what the stadium will sound like on Sunday if this ends in a draw. That game will be incredible. But as it stands, this game is still incredible, and that's Martin Jims beating Charles Mbida for pace. Mujua, the goal scorer, just kicking it out there, trying to attempt a cross. Too much. Otamanzi, watching from Otamanzi. Jazz, I understand your combination of I know what you are saying. I know what you are saying. Thank you, Jazz. Young African playing at the back. Here's Anoma trying to find Katuo. Anoma again, and he doesn't find. Here's Anoma again, and here finally he finds his player. Martin James, maybe that's too much. He leaves it, and it is cleared. Anoma again. Here's Casimiro, strong. Gianluca strong with that header as well, but Casimiro comes again and he cleans up and he does well. He's one to watch there, Casimiro. Hange, sorry. Oh, good turn. Almost beating Garuka. Garuka had to be strong, but he was too strong. And that wins a interesting free kick here for Young African in an interesting position. These are good positions for right-footed players of the ball that can maybe just loft it into that top right corner. You can see it in your picture. I can see it from how I'm looking here from the commentary box. It's very juicy, that top right corner. If you played football before, I'm sure you've trained free kicks from this angle, and it will be the number 12, the goal scorer, Moses Mujua, who is going to attempt to maybe cross it in or take a shot. Score update, it is 1-1. The goal scorer. And here we are. Sorry about that sound. Still. Oh, yep, we are back. We're back. Apologies. Apologies. Oh, you guys want to hear me talk, ne? Thank you. Thank you for your appreciation. I try not to talk like the other commentators. I'm not going to mention the other commentators. All the commentators in Namibia are great. Europe commentators, I take a lot of advice from them. Martin James is quick. He needs to be watched. The number 7. He really, really needs to be watched as he is finding space, and he is beating everybody for pace. So Ngaruka and Charles Hambira really need to make sure that the number 7 Martin James does not get his hands on the ball, because he will beat you for pace. No, we are not playing with the sound. Apologies. We don't want to stress you guys out too much. Young African are preparing 4 substitutions. I can see 4 players that are on the touchline that are waiting to enter the game. This is interesting from Coach Marley. throw into African Stars. And a very interesting tackle there from Anoma. Katuo keeps it out there again for African Stars to have another opportunity, and it will be a long throw in from Gianluca. Better with no sound. Interesting. Haha. So these are the four substitutions for Young African. It is Casemiro that is leaving the pitch. Anoma and the number 100, Kapoor, and the number 20, the number 14, and the number 22 entering the game. We will confirm their numbers. Number 20 is Katura. The number 14 is Mohammed. And the heading flick on there from Juja amounts to nothing. And the number 22, the last substitution for Young African, is Kaune. Juja Stiga. Cabes is asking what is the game plan for Stars. At this point of the season, it is about 3 points. If you're asking a technical game plan, it is an interesting one, as earlier on in the season, wing play was the emphasis for the Red Army. But in these last 10 games, there have been more attempts to break teams down through the midfield, which I have personally disagreed with, as their success always came from threading through balls into space rather than passing the ball to feet. And I know that African Stars players are good with the ball at their feet, but they find more success in beating teams with through balls and through breaking play behind opponents' backlines through Kambatu, Awilo, and Juja. But so far, this game plan has really just been about making sure that you get 3 points, with Awilo with the free kick threaded through but headed out. And here's Jims. Awilo does well defensively and finds Garuka. Is Garuka going to put a cross in with his left foot? I would have loved to see that. That's not offside. Here's Martin Jims. That's not offside. That is Martin Jims. My goodness. It's a foul. It's a foul. The linesman has made sure to signify that is a foul. It is a collision between these two players, Disiro and Martin Jims. It looks certainly bad for both players. They haven't moved. They have not moved. Thank you, Mr. David. Commentator is doing great, making things interesting. Thank you, sir. Disiro and James are still lying down after this collision. Whatever actually comes from this will be interesting. It will be a free kick to Young African, surely. It will be a yellow card to Disiro, and I hope it's not a red card. There's a question, where is Lungu? Lungu is still unavailable. I believe he is still in Zambia with a few travel issues, but I'm sure he is still an African Stars player, and I'm sure he'll be back for next season. Stars are playing like Liverpool of yesterday. Hey, well, Liverpool won yesterday, but they still lost. But at least they won, and that's what we need the Red Army to do today. Sir Rocky is saying there's no pressure on the ball. Their attitude has been good today, but they need to understand that the minutes are going. It is close to the 70th minute with 25 minutes left, and their pressure on the ball needs to be at 100. And there is a substitution mounting for African Stars. It is Gossip, who is very quick. He's coming on for Kambato. No, that will be changed. I will confirm who Gossip will be coming on for in a few seconds. Yes, Eddie, at least we can see what's happening. This is live. This is at the Independence Stadium. Desiro is really the player that is still down on the ground. This is not what Coach Ronnie Cananelo is going to want to see, as Desiro is still on the ground. This is quite interesting. I hope no cuts or any, open wounds, no blood. Lungu is back in the country. Sorry, Lungu is black. Yes, he is black, but he is back in the country. I think he didn't get a work visa. Yeah, internal issues that should be sorted out before the start of next season, I'm sure. Red card? I wouldn't say so. I think it was too far for that to be a clear on goal opportunity. Though I've been saying it throughout this game, Martin Jims, the number 7 with a little bit of a baroque-side hairstyle, is cutting through the backline of African Stars, and you see he had this opportunity, and Desiro had to do what he had to do. Unfortunately, he has suffered the consequences of his tackle, but a timely tackle, maybe a goal scoring tackle, it was indeed. Stars need to be careful at the back. Yes, I agree, Naftali. Put more flavor in the game from Dalla, like Peter Jury. Well, I am not Peter Jury. Maybe I should say words in English, in the English language that the English or the British say. Maybe I should speak with a British accent. And that is a yellow card for Desiro. That is confirmed. Yellow card for Desiro. I'm sure he won't get another yellow card to make it a red card, but it will be very interesting to see if he can even continue the game, as he is still moving very gingerly. Very, very gingerly. I think Coach Cananelo will have to think of making a change here, because I can't see how Desiro is going to continue this game. But there is a substitution that has been made, and that is Weturu Kambatu is leaving the pitch for Herald Gossip. Gossip is very, very fast, very, very quick. And yes, indeed, it is a substitution. It is a substitution for African Stars. Desiro is leaving the pitch. It's Mervyn Kasetura. Apologies, I have butchered his surname. But Mervyn, we'll call him Mervyn, the number 16 goalkeeper, coming on for Desiro. Rightfully so, because Desiro cannot continue. It is clear as day, and I really, really hope he gets himself to a medical professional. What is the score? The score is in the top left corner. I'm sure you can see it is 1-1. Young Africans scoring first in the first half from a penalty, and African Stars equalizing from Kambatu in the first half. But it is now a free kick to Young African. It comes in sharp and strong header there from Kambanda. Here's a comment from Branduleni Nukundi. I hope that African Stars and NBC can sort out their differences for the start of next season. I actually agree. Corner straight out. It is a travesty that the biggest team in the log is not on live broadcast on NBC. True. But thank you for the live commentary. Thank you, Mr. Nikundi, ex African Stars player. Has won many titles with African Stars, of course, Pandulene Nikundi, and I believe with Tigers. Stars, corner, cross, safely in the hands of Zambara. Kwezi, Stiga. Kwezi again. Booted out there from the new substitute, Katura. Long throw in again. Oh my goodness. This is very, very interesting. That was clearly a foul, and the referee is signaling for a goal kick. And Willie Stefanis is still on the ground. My goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, just rewind 10 seconds from now on your live stream and tell me if that is not a penalty. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me that is not a penalty. How can that not be a penalty? Pandunele Nekundi obviously finishes his quote in saying, "We need a hero to score. Somebody needs to put their name at the back of the newspapers." Obviously, it is Friday, so there is still a game, a bigger game on Sunday. But if an African Stars player can score the winning goal in this game, in these last stages of this game, their name will be etched in history. Kwezi. The referee has not deemed that to be a penalty, and game will continue. Very interestingly so. Two people say that's a penalty. One person disagrees. Gianluca. The cross goes in. It's a good one. Opportunity. 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 Block. The opportunity is still there. Bakonja. That's a foul. Bakonja did very well there, but he did get a knock. He was rolling. Maybe that was not a foul. But Stars are starting to mount attacks that mean something. Gianluca with the cross. It's a good one. It's a flick on. And it's an opportunity for Stefanis. Here's Gossip. Gossip. There we go, man. Sorry for shouting. Sorry for shouting, but I'm not sorry. Harold Gossip. This is a player that I want to interview. Every single game that Harold Gossip has come on in Okahanja, I've seen this player grow. He comes on, he does well, he's very sharp, he's very quick, he's very direct. And here, Gianluca with a very good cross. It must be given that the right back has maybe redeemed himself for the penalty in the first half, conceding that penalty. But he put the cross in. He put two crosses in. The first one I commented and I said, Stars are getting their attitude. Gianluca put another cross in from the right back position. It went wide. It went to the back post. Awilo put it down, controlled himself, put the ball back into the middle of the box, and Gossip didn't waste any time, and he shot it first time, and that is a goal. A very, very important goal there for African Stars. Harold Gossip has put himself into I'm going to say history books, but maybe it's too soon to say. But definitely, he has put himself in the back of the newspapers on Monday morning, as he has given African Stars a 2-1 lead versus Young African here at the Independence Stadium. And there's Gassap again trying, but he's tackled off the ball. Whew. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. Let's focus. Let's focus. Thank you all for the comments. I see your comments. Yes. I see your comments. The Red Army. Yes. I see your comments. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. 15 to 20 minutes left in this game. I'm sure Ongos FC players are watching live. We are sure that Komas Nampo players are watching live, or Komas Nampo fans and Ongos FC fans are watching live. Announce yourself. But it's not over yet. Good ball retention is needed from these African Stars players, as Young African are not here to be put away. They are not lying down. And as the Red Army is cheering Stars stay Stars, it is important that they concentrate and make sure that they see this game out, or even score the all-important third goal. And here's Mujua again, the number 12, beating Kwezi. He's still on the ball, and he loses the throw in there to Ngaruka. Yep, it's still early days. Watching from Swakop, welcome. Blue Waters obviously now has become a rival to African Stars, modern day rival. Watching from Gam. The opportunity to maybe thread in a cross, which he did. Passed it to Gianluca. Gianluca lost the ball, but here is Juja. Opportunity for Juja to take a left-footed shot. He's going to. What a save! What a save from Tanashe Zambara. My goodness. What a save. Panduleni Kaka Nekundi just mentioning here. There's your hero, Gerald Gassep. Championship stuff right there. Watching from Grootfontein. Thank you for my commentary comment there. Corner comes in. Awilo. Hit it out. Shot. Shot. It's low. Kambanda. It was a little bit soft, Kambanda. He could have put it away to make it 3-1. But here is still an opportunity for Young African to thread some attacks. They haven't really tested the new goalkeeper, Martin. Hasn't had the save to make. He probably hasn't even touched the ball since he's come on for Desiro. But it has been all African Stars in the last 10-15 minutes. But they might be caught in two minds, whether they want to close the game out or they want to go for the third goal. And that is the danger of the 2-1 scoreline. Opportunity. Charles Mbira. Good clearance. Replays. Yes, replays might be a thing that will be a good addition for next season. That is something that we would love. But the beautiful thing about streaming is that you can rewind. Martin James puts the cross in, but Stiga cleans up well. 1-2 with Stiga there from Angelo, and Stiga finds Awilo. Awilo still has his legs. That's a corner. That's a goal kick. Interesting. It was Gassep that scored. I'm not going to. It was Gossip that scored from my picture. Definitely, we will confirm that. But here's Gossip now trying to beat the right back, Kanji. Thank you for your comments about my commentary. Yes, I'm just a normal person. Just a normal person that is a lover of football that has paid attention to this Debmarine Premiership for 2 seasons now. And I think I bring something different to the ear of the listener. And I like to get involved. And I like the shot. And it's a weak save. And it's a goal. Boom, 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 boom. It's offside. Unfortunately, Juja has been deemed to be offside. Wow. Wow, that's why we need replays, hey? Wow. Even VAR. My goodness, I said boom, boom, boom on live commentary thinking that it was 3-1 to African Stars, but the linesman giving that to be offside. Would have really loved to see that replay. That's indeed something that we would definitely love to see on replay, but it is still 2-1 to African Stars. Let's see how the last minutes go. Jims puts the through ball in, and that is offside. Rightfully so. On our count, it is the 84th minute, so on the top left corner, so perhaps 10 to 15 minutes, 10 to 14 minutes left. Watching from the United Kingdom, watching from Kavango East. I will be visiting Kavango East this year, so I hope you guys have good fish. If you guys do have fish. Cos Awilo. Surely I can see you are commenting on some attire. It's a good question, but I think he has the choice to do anything he wishes to. And it might confuse the officials if he does wear attire that is similar to the teams. Martin Jims is the one that is causing African Stars problems. He continues to do so, but Charles Ambira does well to clear that for a corner. Watching from Komasdal, watching from Ochituo. Good live stream. Thank you, Jika. Watching from Mango. In the game, it's stressing us, my guy. Yeah, 3 points. Corner comes in. Woof. The corner just went through everybody. Jeez. If that touched anybody, that would have been an equalizing goal there for Young African, and the heads would have dropped. But it is still 1-0 to African Stars. 3 points on the cards, but it's not over yet. Opportunity with the left foot. It is a shot. And there is the first save from Martin. Well done, substitute goalkeeper. That shot was coming in there from Kariango, who just passed the ball into the midfield now, and the substitutes for Young African are working well, but I think it's too much. Too much. And Kambanda, is he still fit enough to make these runs? He does. It's blocked. Gossip. Bakonja. Gossip. Does well. Kwezi. 1-2. Awilo. Bakonja, Kabanda, put that ball in. It does, and it's a header out there for a corner to the Red Army. It is 2-1 to African Stars here in the Independence Stadium in Windhoek City. Friday night, fight night between these two teams. So Rocky is saying that we need shirts for Sunday. Make sure you follow the Instagram and Twitter page of African Stars. Corner! Almost a goal. Almost a goal there from Garuka. Uchemise 3 is watching. Is it Marvin or Martin? I've been told Martin. What's your time, Mr. F? Watching from Germany, Berlin. Young African, still alive. And 7 minutes has been added on. The touchline have confirmed it. 7 minutes. Here's Gossip. He can use his left foot. Wins the corner. Watching from La Reference filling station. I know where you are. Watching from Omazera. I have no idea where that is, but I hope you're safe and warm. Watching from Dubai. Sure. Aluteni Kamati. Watching from Dubai. Oh, you have money to go to Dubai. I'll send you my number for e-wallet. Here comes the corner to maybe close the game. Safely punched away from the goalkeeper. A shot from Bakonja. Well wide. And Coach Ronnie Cananelo just wants to make 2 substitutions with Paulus and Damasep trying to enter the game. Maybe to add some youthful exuberance. To add attitude, pressure, and legs so that young African do not mount any more attacks to find their equalizer. Here's Katuo. He puts it in the midfield. It is found, but he loses out to Stiga. Kasep. Juja. Make it simple for yourself, Juja, and he does. He finds Bakonja. Juja! Oh, good defensive tackle there from Kanji, the number 3. It must be said. He's been doing well there, the small centre back, the number 3 for Young African. He's played well. And now Coach Cananelo can make his substitutions as it is Bakonja coming off for Damasep. And Willie Stefanis coming off for Paulus. Willie Stefanis now again with another assist. Brings his assist tally to 15. 15 goals and 15 assists now for Willie Stefanis. If you're at home, please clap your hands. Corner comes in. Header! That is it, man. Oh. What is the what is the word for that is it? In Herero, please tell me. Put it in the comments. That is it. That is how you close a game. It is 3-1 to African Stars. Friday night, fight night, here at the Independence Stadium. I'm sorry, passion has gotten the best of me, but please tell me that was Juja again with a header. How many goals has this man scored with his head? Juja He has one assist in this game already, and now he has 8 goals for the season. Yosef Ibrahim Juja. This man, I need to ask him how many times he's really scored with his head, because his aerial ability is 10 out of 10. It reminds me of who's that AC Milan player, the striker? Giroud. Giroud's heading ability is top 10 I've ever seen in the world. And Juja, watching football live, I mean, if the ball is in the air, it's almost a goal, man. Like, but beautiful, beautiful closing out the game play by the Red Army. This is what champions must do in the closing stages of a league title, of a league campaign. Juja now is putting some flair in his football. The through ball, too much for Kwesi. I'm getting I'm getting comments. I asked, that is it. What is the translation? That is it. It's done. It's finished. Opuo. Oshoho. Somebody is telling me to say the word Oshoho. It's done. 3 points for the Red Army in these last minutes of the game, and Coach Ronnie has to be happy with what the boys have displayed in what must be said is a very tricky game. After, I should actually say before one of the biggest games on Sunday. If you concentrate too much on the game on Sunday, you might miss your concentration on the game today. And Gossip, he did very well to beat 2 players and put that ball in, but nobody was there. But he did well. I do want to find the assist. Who put that assist for that third goal to Juja? That cross was beautiful. Oh, so that is it in Ochiharero is Upumbu. Sorry for my pronunciation. 24 cost, it was Angelo Kwesi. Angelo Kwesi with the assist. Very good. Very good for the young man. Thank you, Angelo Kwesi. As a substitute, he has an assist. Good campaign for the young boy, Angelo Kwesi. He is now 3 assists for the season. Yeah, Angelo has 1 goal. Of course, he scored that goal in the game versus Ongos FC. In fact, that was in October last year. That was Angelo Kwesi's only goal. So perhaps he will love to feature against Ongos FC on Sunday. Maybe he will score again. But that is it. Wow. Wow. 3-1 to the away team. It is Young African 1, African Stars 3. Of course, Young African scored first and gave the Red Army some sweaty palms. A penalty scored by Moses Mujua. But quickly, African Stars responded. A cross from the left flank from Juja found Kambatu at the far back post, and he volleyed it in to equalize 3 minutes after they had conceded that penalty in the first half. It went into the